placer recibirlo nuevamente en la embajada.
Escuchar el sonido, a las armas valientes correr.
Then, meeting with Fidel Castro in 2003, the first concrete conversation we had was medical support. So Fidel Castro offered to send medical doctors. Initially, I think there 50, a group of 50. Not all, but maybe 15, 20 first, and then came the first group, agreed was 50. And Fidel Castro also offered scholarships for Timorese to study in Cuba. Initially, very small number, I think 16 would go. But then gradually it increased until when I was foreign minister, Dr. Maria Alcatiri, Prime Minister, Rui Araújo was Minister of Health. I think we had like 700 at one point, not immediately, but over the period of 3-4 years, 700 end up in Cuba. This is the largest number of students going anywhere, even if you look at, proportional to any country in the world. I doubt the proportion to our population. So if you say 700 in Timor, it will be 70,000 in Indonesia. So can you imagine? So in Timor, 700 went to Cuba. The course was planned for 3 years, I think, in Cuba. And then the last 2 years, 3 years will be in Timor-Leste. In the meantime, Cuba would set up a medical school. So talking with Fidel Castro in KL, he was mentioning about we are going to help set up a medical school. And Fidel Castro always talked with passion, and very enthusiastic, very committed. And I didn't think his idea of setting up a medical school in Timor-Leste was realistic. And I think this must be Fidel Castro Latino passion. And I didn't think at all. We cannot set up a mechanic shop, let alone a medical school. But anyway, it did happen. A few years later, the medical school began in time to receive the students coming from Cuba, because I was told at the time that the Cuban experience is the first. Many tropical diseases no longer exist in Cuba. And the students have to learn based on the reality in the country. And they cannot be also elitist, that they have to work as they study, they have to be exposed to the reality in the country. So better they come and do the rest here. So that's how it happened. We also work very fast to organize things in the country. And can you imagine at the time, very difficult for the government at the time, the first government at the time to get things organized to accommodate the students coming back. And that was one of me observing Fidel Castro's leadership style, and as an individual of, Fidel Castro is a myth, me sitting there as foreign minister, next to Fidel as I was, that is, he was sitting there with a giant of history. You like or not, you agree or not, he is a giant of history.